First of all, greetings to all of the devotees, wherever you may be, all the devotees and sincere seekers. Whose hands were those at the side of the screen just now? Aha, Udaharan Prabhu. I have to say I didn't recognize from the hand, but it was only 1/11th of a second of a glimpse, so I hope I'm forgiven. All right, and we've got simultaneous translation. So first of all, welcome to everybody. It is good to be with those who are in the same line as us and who are happy to hear about Krishna consciousness, to share their experiences. And this is the very process of devotional life. Machchita madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So today I'm outside, but I'm also in a little spot of heaven. Let me see if I can show you what heaven looks like. Something like this. At a retreat, just see, organized by Chaitanya Moya and Dhananjaya Prabhu near Rome. And it is the very end of, almost the end of the teacher training retreat for yoga teachers. And we've come here to try to do something good. And I've been very direct in telling all of the new teachers who are going to be teaching yoga, telling them really what is yoga and the necessity that they pass on, that they get to know what is Mahaprabhu's message, what is the Bhagavad Gita's message, to become familiar with that, practice it themselves, and distribute that to others as teachers. So we're here with people who are principally yoga students, but very receptive. And that's by the grace of Dhananjaya Prabhu and Chaitanya Moy, who have been cultivating them over the last year. And this way, we are hoping to do something good. But of course, it's step by step in the jungle of yoga, the jungle of religion, to let people understand really who is Srila Prabhupada, who is Srila Guru Maharaj, who is Srila Gurudev, and to have appreciation that they're not just other people who've come to teach us a way of meditation or teaching us how to feel good in this world, but they're coming with the solution to the root of the whole problem of this world. And we cited a case where Munindra Mohan Prabhu in the ashram, Vilagovinda ashram, he does read newspapers sometimes, and he told me about one very wealthy man who has a team of doctors only for him in order, with the goal to make him immortal. So they're using the latest technology for rejuvenating the liver, rejuvenating the heart, rejuvenating all these things. So and I think, well, he mentioned 30 or 30 plus, but it was at least 30 doctors that he's engaging just in his service. And what service? Their service is to make him immortal. So, this is the natural tendency in life, that people want to be immortal. But immortal, and what else? If we're going to be immortal, what are we going to be feeling when we're immortal? Oh, I'm immortal. Oh, great, I'm immortal. Oh, great, what's on the TV? Oh, why are all the people around dying? Oh, my friends are dying. Oh, I'm immortal, but I got arthritis. Oh dear. Then maybe he'll get the specialist arthritis doctor. But the underlying factor is that behind everything is the desire to be satisfied, to have inner fulfillment. But they're looking in the wrong place, the wrong direction. And yes, I can see Govardhan Prabhu, he's thinking, yes, I know many quotes of Srila Prabhupada, who will be saying, Srila Prabhupada will be saying, simply foolish, like children. They are playing. They do not know the answer, but like children, they are playing. They are not inquiring in a proper way to inquire. And Srila Prabhupada, very confident because he knows Krishna. He knows devotion. And so he said, I may not have a degree and all this. This is Srila Prabhupada saying, I don't have this qualification, that qualification that the scientists have. But I can defeat them all because I know Krishna and I know how foolish they are. So, we can hear Srila Prabhupada's voice when if he were to hear about one man paying 30 doctors to make him immortal. So we have to lose this self-centered idea, and we have to try to appreciate something more than just having a healthy body, even a healthy mind, even relief. As Guru Maharaj points out, just to come to safety is not sufficient. It's something, it's good to come out of safety. Perhaps last week we gave an example of one of our devotees from Ukraine, just recently came out of Ukraine and came to safety. So it's definitely some achievement. You cannot say, oh, that's nothing. But then just to be safe, it is like it's a non-active position. But the nature of life is to be active. So to be in a safe position and to be fruitfully engaged in activity. And what is fruitful activity in the world of those who know what is what? It is devotional service. Fruitful activity is doing things for the satisfaction of Krishna. And every devotee of Krishna makes Krishna happy. This is also a very encouraging statement from our masters. Every devotee makes Krishna happy, because Krishna is happy to see them becoming devotees and leaving this world, wanting to leave, trying to leave this world. So here we are. We're coming in the scientific way to approach the problem of death and the problem of dissatisfaction. And if you take the opposite, so we've got a problem. We've got death and we've got another problem, dissatisfaction. So if you take the opposite, so immortality, and the opposite of dissatisfaction is inner fulfillment. And that comes by activity, not by laziness, not by just sleeping on the couch. And that what activity? Service instead of exploitation. So many things. And here we are with all of you. You've all got some introduction. You all have got some faith. We don't have to first start by trying to explain that we are not making things up. And not only are we not making things up, we've come to masters who are undefeated. Srila Guru Maharaj very humbly said that this Gaudiya Vaishnavism as given by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, which is Mahaprabhu's teaching, is undefeated anywhere. In other words, it is fully undefeated. But Guru Maharaj said it very humbly. And he was on his bed, and I hope some of you, at least his nature, his expression by seeing the videos, and very humbly. And if he's saying that we have to say that Mahaprabhu's message given by Srila Saraswati Thakur is undefeated anywhere. And that is what Guru Maharaj is giving. That's what Srila Prabhupada is giving. That's what Srila Gurudev is giving. So when we come to such masters, then as quickly as possible, we just need to remove all of our doubts and say, yes, we've come to a real teacher. We've come to where we're getting the real thing, rather than, lots of good ideas, speculation, live better lifestyle, all these things which are being taunted as spiritual, many of them being taunted as spiritual. And the meditations that are being recommended, the meditations in many cases have nothing to do with God, even pretending to have anything to do with God. They're just meditation so that you will be You will discover your Atma and be this and that and the other. So anyway, we are very happy to be with you all because you've got some head start on the general public. And the yogis, they've got some appreciation for the message of the East, but it is definitely a step for them to put their faith in some place that really I'm going to get the solution to life. And why is it a big step? Because naturally we are cautious about being cheated. And after all, the world is the place of the cheats and the cheated. And Srila Prabhupada also was very scathing of the yogis who've come to the West, the Indian sadhus, supposed sadhus who've come from the West and given India a bad name, given the sadhus of India a bad name with the things that they've come claiming to be representatives of the Indian culture with their types of meditation, this, that, and the other. So Srila Prabhupada was very strong. He was a very much as-it-is person. And his training has come from Srila Guru Maharaj, who is very strong and is an as-it-is person. Guru Maharaj very clear about directly telling Krishna consciousness. And Guru Maharaj was not only not in favor, he did not allow many of the things that we see in the different temples in India that they do, like the Julan Jatra, where they make a swing, because it's a Julan Jatra, it's a swing festival of Radha and Krishna. But Guru Maharaj said, I do not do such things in our temple to put dolls of Krishna and doing something. Even though some may say it is to attract others to come and hear about Mahaprabhu. He said, that is not my style. Rather, directly we will tell about Krishna. And we're not giving any false things. We're not giving any childish play kind of things. But rather come and hear about what is the goal of life. So anyhow, it's natural to be a little bit cautious about who is a guru. Even the word guru, unfortunately, there's a guru of everything now. Guru of this, guru of that. It's just become a name rather than how it was originally, which was the actual, the real masters. And there will be an astro guru, which would be the fighting guru. But the guru is direct. That's for those who are kshatriyas. But the guru is coming with the message to get out of birth, death, old age, and disease, and not with a message of, pay me some money and I'll make you happy. I'll do this, that, and the other. So it's a great step when we've come to appreciate our masters and we are trying to introduce them everywhere. But who can recognize and who can't recognize? That is up to Sukriti, something in the background. So anyhow, here we are, we're at the yoga teachers graduation and trying to do something good so that the yoga teachers will teach not only how to touch your toes, but how to touch the Lord's heart. This is where we are, what we're doing. Dhananjaya Prabhu has come to join me here. And we have no shortage of space. We have a whole field behind us, but we'll probably have to move back a little bit so that we can both get into the camera. We have to.
Dandavat.
Here's Dhananjaya Prabhu.
Nice to meet you all.
A true Roman,
Yeah.
born in Rome, descendant of Julius Caesar. Well, he doesn't say that, but we say that. But please, you have to move into the. We can't move the thing. So you have to move into the picture. Move. Okay.
Dandavat.
And some of you know Dhananjaya Prabhu. Some of you are meeting for the first time. Okay, we can't move. Let's see if we can move the camera without. Oh no, we can't move it because of this. Okay. All right. So, first of all, Dhananjaya Prabhu is here. He's not going anywhere, I hope, because he's my drive. He's my lift back from the premises here where we're doing where they're doing the retreat back to the house. And so he's not going anywhere, so he can wait a few minutes and hear some news from Latvia.
I will be happy to hear news from Latvia.
Okay. And they can speak in Russian and we'll hear the English because we've got simultaneous translation. And this is the camera here.
Okay.
So news from Latvia, devotional news from Latvia. S'il vous plaît.
Dhananjaya Maharaj, Dhananjaya Prabhu, Dhananjaya all devotees. So yes, I said we are glad to be with you, Maharaj, because be with Vaishnavas, it's our fortune, and that is cause of our real destination. Be with Vaishnavas, we see our goal and we understand our goal. Because without Vaishnavas, we are nowhere. And so today is a happy day, Sunday, and devotees are here, Vaishnavas are here, and Udaran Prabhu came to visit us. So happy days for us. And yesterday we were on the lake, Rasnas Lake, and have a little bit joy with devotees, some chatting and speaking about the Krishna, about the spiritual way, something about the material life a little bit. And we changed there some kirtan. We did some kirtans there too. So we was very happy. And what I wanted to say more about Tatiana, because she continue inspired us. And on Friday we went to Harinam Sankirtan again. Because we planned to be on Harinam Sankirtan at Friday, three of us, Leonardo, Tanya, and myself. But Leonardo missed some days. He was busy. He was on a job. Was busy. So, and when Tanya called me, and I told her, sorry, we are only two. Maybe we don't go because we are two. What people will think about us? It's also some prejudice appears in my mind, and then I think, wow, what I'm doing? She is ready to go, and maybe this is the last last opportunity to go to Harinam Sankirtan. And we went only both, and we were very happy. So I would like to say that Tatiana is continuing to inspire us, and if not she, if she will not hear, yes, depends, yes. So maybe it wasn't so I don't know how to say, so intense, some intense service. I'm speaking about Harinam Sankirtan, maybe. So and we with Udaran Prabhu just visited some place here in Rezekne, and we visit this place with thoughts to change our location for summer festival, because as you remember, 2 years our festival was on the lake, and this year we want to do somewhere else in other place. So we just
So Suresh, you're speaking a lot in English and not in Russian, so the Russians don't get it. But please, you now speak in Russian and see if we get the English, because I've connected a different appliance.
Хорошо. Мы говорю по-русски. Махарадж, вы слышите? Перевод есть? Есть перевод?
And heaven, we were just reading and reflecting that heaven is like hell without devotees. And hell is like heaven with devotees. It's the devotees who make the quality, the real quality of any place. Oh, right, it's being simultaneously translated. By the way, we're now getting Hari Gopal loud and clear on the tablet, but on the phone it wasn't working. So now we've got Dhananjaya Prabhu here, and he's got something in his pocket to share with you, but I do not know what. So I'm also going to be hearing from him. Dhananjaya Prabhu.
And our devotees. So I spent a few days with Madhusudan Maharaj, and many inspirations came to my mind, even from small details. And Madhusudan Maharaj was teaching to our yoga students the 4 qualities of a devotee: to be humble, to be tolerant, to give honor to others, and don't say in English, don't
want honor for once.
Don't want honor for oneself. And I realized how it's hard to gain these qualities, and how hard it's to maintain these qualities. It's like a constant exercise. We must constantly exercise these qualities, because even small thing can change our good purpose to have these qualities, no? So this morning I was driving. I was driving, and a slow car just was in front of me, and I lost all my tolerance just with this small with this small obstacle on my road. So I'm thinking that sometimes we believe to have acquired the quality of the devotees, but actually we never acquired these qualities. It's a lifetime process. It takes all our life to develop the qualities of the devotees, to be tolerant, to be humble, because even small things can change our mind in a few minutes. And so this is what I was thinking today, that it's like an exercise every day, to exercise these qualities of tolerance, to be humble. It's not something that we do for 5 minutes a day. Okay, these 5 minutes I'm tolerant, and then all the rest of the day I will be horrible person. No, every second we must be conscious of these qualities, the qualities of the devotees. And for our good fortune, we have the best example in Madhusudan Maharaj, in our gurus, in Govinda Maharaj, Guru Maharaj. So this is what I would like to share with you, that we are constantly in this process. It's a constant exercise to acquire the qualities of a devotee.
And as Srila Gurudev said, that these 4 directives of how to chant the holy name: humility, tolerance, giving honor, not wanting honor for oneself. That he told this is a lifetime practice. We have to practice this to try to get it right all of our life. Not finished. But if you like to come for an interesting car ride, come for a car ride with Dhananjaya Prabhu. We are seeing the world in Krishna consciousness. Because really,
Yes.
so many things that we're seeing and being reminded. And about that slow car, there was also an old man in an old car going very slowly. But we also felt that, well, and then the car drove off and said, well, did we pass that test of like seeing it all as Krishna's arrangement? And then concluded that Krishna will keep sending old people in old cars in front of us until we have the right consciousness, and then the road will be clear. So anyhow, lots of things. And in the defense, then a Roman person is a Roman person. So Dhananjaya Prabhu, he's used to driving in Rome, and Rome is a little like India in its assertive nature. So A Kshatriya is a Kshatriya. He may not have the same qualities as the Brahmins, who are all very calm and peaceful. So in his defense, he was following his nature. Hare Krishna. Well, here we get emphasis from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, how we are to chant our japa in service. But the emphasis in Mahaprabhu's mission is to share what has been given to us with others. And that means the preaching line. And as Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, in the beginning, I was one person with one voice, presenting Mahaprabhu's teachings, waking up the world to those teachings. And now I've been joined by so many who with their voice also, with that same message, sharing, spreading around the world. And so Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur gave much emphasis on sharing, distributing, doing good for others. And in the principle too, that by doing good for others, then we will also not be the loser. By giving Krishna consciousness to others, it's not that we've lost some of our Krishna consciousness. And also Guru Maharaj gives the example, by giving, even in the material world, a student becomes a professor, and then he's teaching the alphabet. He's professor. Okay, he's teaching something, equations, and he's teaching many things. But he doesn't lose that by giving that knowledge to others. Rather, it becomes more part of his own nature. That second nature will be, he'll know what he's presenting to others. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur gave stress on sharing, giving, waking people up to their fortune, that this is Mahaprabhu's mission, and it is all based on Harinama Sankirtan. And in that verse, O Hey Vaishnava, in the song, O Hey Vaishnava Thakur, there is also back to Vinod Thakur saying, alone I cannot sit and do Sankirtan. We need congregational chanting. And so it's the Sankirtan movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And even we can say, then the mind says, oh, but Haridas Thakur, he chanted 300,000 names per day, right? On average, something like this, a lot of names. But also Haridas Thakur, he preached and he danced and sang in front of the cart of Lord Jagannath. He engaged in Harikatha, which is not just for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, with Rupa Goswami, with Sanatana Goswami, with Mahaprabhu, with so many. So it's not that Haridas Thakur was sitting alone chanting japa, and that's all he did. So there is a time and place. When you eat food, you don't only eat something, say, oh, we need protein, we're going to eat some high protein food. You don't only eat the high protein food. You also have whatever else is there. You have the rice, or you have milk products, you have whatever it may be. You have a balanced diet. And so the diet that's been given to us for our spiritual life is that we should chant japa with attention for some time each day. And we should, above all, be distributors of the nectar of the holy name through Harinam Sankirtan, through giving to others the understanding of why we should be chanting Hare Krishna, and through whatever means we may be able to do. But we are all grateful to those who've been presenting Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, we would be all doing the same things. We'd be down in the bar drinking, we'd be talking about the politics, talking about this, that, and the other, and just continuing in the regular world. And Dhananjaya Prabhu, he told me about his job. He works in, I don't know all the detail, but many employees in his company. He's worked there for several years. And he said that mostly too, they are working in order to retire. They're just waiting to retire. Like that's the goal. Oh, I'm going to retire and get a pension. And then Dhananjaya said, and most of them after a year or two die.
Yes.
So, we need to have something as a substantial alternative to the general goal, which is no real goal of life for the people of the world. Rather, why is drink so favored throughout the whole of the world, not only in Ukraine and the Russian countries, but which are outside the Eastern Bloc, are quite famous for their love of vodka and other things. But why is it so appreciated? Because it takes away, the bigger picture, and we can just be a little bit happy for the time being. So we want a real solution. If nobody had given us a real solution, we'd be doing all those same things too, just as we said a little earlier today, flopping about in the material world. But in appreciation of what's come to us, then we should go and do our best to share that with others. And so, yes, Srila Guru Maharaj wrote to Srila Saraswati Thakur, and then Srila Saraswati Thakur said, if you can bring him out of the jungles of Balihati and bring him to participate in the mission, into the preaching line, then you will be a real friend to him. That this isn't just recruiting counters to count on beads. But that doesn't mean, oh, so now we don't ever count on beads. We've been given some regulative counting on beads, and we know it and we see it, that if we don't even attend to that, then things start going wrong. So we should follow the guidance of Guru, and the guidance of Guru means coming from Srila Saraswati Thakur, giving initiation to chant japa. Same thing, Guru Maharaj, Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada. And we've got our directives, but they're not saying only do this. In fact, they're saying don't only do this. So this way we can definitely harmonize. It is not a contradiction. And in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is recorded as saying this, Prabhu kohe kohelan e mahamantra iha japa. There is mentioning about the chanting of the japa. Now chant your japa in proper, japa means in proper measure. You've got some time, set aside some time to chant on the beads and count, rather than, oh, anytime, yes, I'm always chanting Hare Krishna. But the idea is we chant japa with attention, and not while driving. Dhananjaya doesn't do it while driving. This is not referring to his driving. But if he did, I would advise him that if you get ecstatic symptoms, to pull over to the side of the road. Don't keep driving. Hare Krishna. But the idea of japa is to take seriously the chanting of the holy. And whatever seva comes, we should take that seriously. And if it is driving for service, then that driving should be done carefully. And there is one parable, I don't know what other word to use, and we've heard this told in the mat, Chaitanya Saraswat mat. I don't know where it comes from. And it could well be a purport in Srila Prabhupada's books, and I think it is. Maybe one of you can help me out on this. And that is that Krishna was walking perhaps with Narada Muni or some great sage like this. And there's Krishna walking with his friend, the great sage, perhaps Narada Muni. And they're walking through the forest. And then Krishna says, the story may be a little wrong, but the moral is how we've heard. Then Krishna says to the devotee with him, oh, would you like to meet one of my best devotees? Then he said, of course, I really want to meet one of, I'd love to meet your devotees. That's why I live. So Krishna, they went walking through the forest. They came to some open land, a farmland. And there they saw a worker in the field. And he's working in the field. And he just, this sadhu with Krishna saw that, oh, he's working. But I don't hear any name of Krishna coming out of his lips. I don't see that he's, chanting continually or anything like this. And then, but Krishna said, oh, but he's my devotee, but he's got this duty to do in his field, in his fields here. He's growing all of this for me. But yes, you don't hear his name. But by the way, he's doing seva. He's doing his duty. And then a little further along, Krishna said to that devotee who was a little bit, oh, I'm not sure, he wasn't behaving like a devotee. He wasn't chanting the name. Then Krishna said, oh, so I have a pot of water here. Can you do something for me? Oh, yes, of course. I'm always here to do service. Okay, can you take this pot of water on your head and just walk around this small hill here, just a small hill. Just walk around this hill and come back to me. But don't drop a single drop of water. And so then, okay. So then he takes that pot of water and he's walking around the hill, but he's being very careful because Krishna made it clear, don't spill a single drop of water. So Krishna knows everything. He can't just spill some and fill it up from the tap around the corner. Krishna knows. So he's carrying the pot and brings it all the way back to Krishna and then puts it on the ground. And then when he puts it on the ground, then, oh, Krishna, okay, thank you very much. And by the way, how many times did you chant my name? He said, I didn't hear you chant. And he was concentrating on what was given to him, which was to carry this pot of water around the hill. So everything can be service if it is done correctly. And just to chant the holy name is everything. But just to chant the holy name without service attitude or doing service when service comes your way, when you have an opportunity to serve, then what quality will be there with that name? It is never useless, we have to say, but little bit like the blank bullets, counting the name. But Udaran Prabhu pointed out about Devashish's London talk. And for the first time in my life, I've heard this story before about the deprogrammers who back in the 70s, the parents of teenagers and of young people who joined into Krishna consciousness, there was quite a few who hired what was called a deprogrammer, like a psychologist who's going to come and tell them, no, all what you're doing is wrong. Don't chant Hare Krishna like this. So they would hire deprogrammers. And then Devashish, he gave some example about the deprogrammers and then how the devotees would combat them and say how chanting Krishna Nam is fresh. Even we may not have all the, we know we don't have all the ecstatic symptoms of pure chanting, but still it is fresh, it's nourishing, we want to chant. And then Devashish gave that example that they used to say apparently to the deprogrammers. But to understand that the name is always fresh. But if you were to chant Coca-Cola, like continuously, hour after hour, day after day, then very soon you'll be sent to the lunatic asylum because you will go crazy. Obviously, if you meet somebody who's only chanting Coca-Cola, man, there's something flipped in their brain a little bit. So this example was given there by Devashish Prabhu in his class. So we must appreciate that the holy name is always good, but we must try to engage ourselves in seva. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, through that example, he stressed the importance of distributing Mahaprabhu's message. So this way, devotees, heart and soul, doing many things over the years, and we are grateful to them, and we must try to keep the ball rolling generation by generation with the same purity that Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, and Srila Gurudev gave. So as directly as possible to tell people about Krishna. and not just to withdraw and use every hour of every day oneself chanting japa. There is a long song in the Kirtan guide called Vaishnava K, and it is a chastisement to the mind that when it starts thinking, oh, I can chant all by myself without other devotees, without seva, this, that, and the other. And it's by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also. It's a long song, so we don't often sing it, especially if we sing it and then read the translation, but we should keep this in mind. And another thing is about the Vaishnava K. Generally, I know when I sing it or when we sing it, we think, okay, that may be what somebody thinks when they are actually quite a pure chanter. But as for ourselves, we know we need to be with devotees. We know we need to have something to do. So, but that song Vaishnava K helps us to see that just to think I can chant by myself, I don't need to share or do anything else. It is not the goal, at least. Hare Krishna. All right. We have here Chaitanya Moya Virasi. She is the teacher of teachers. Now we've heard this about Guru Maharaj. Srila Guru Maharaj was the guru of guru. Anyway, Chaitanya Moya is the yoga teacher of yoga teachers. And she's invited us here in order to say something to her students. You have to come in. I can't move this. Yeah. You have to come into the video because this is all fixed. Yeah. And so Chaitanya Moya Virasi also, she said, yes, I will bring something in my pocket to share with you all. And there's quite a gathering of devotees we can see here. Oh, participants. But it's not.
Dandavat pranams. Suresh Prabhu, Suresh Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat.
And many.
Yes, nice. Dandavats to everybody.
So they can hear you the simultaneous Russian translation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I am so fortunate and grateful that Maharaj could join this retreat, this yoga retreat. That it's the conclusion of the teacher training, yoga teacher training, and what I have experienced these days here with Maharaj is that mostly everyone actually are searching for happiness and are searching for God, even if they don't know. Everybody's searching for a divine life, a happy life, and in connection with the Lord. And many people having that feeling, maybe not really aware that that is their feeling, they come to do yoga, the modern kind of yoga that moves the body, the hatha yoga, the one I was doing before I met Srila Gurudeva. And they come looking for something and they don't know. They just think they want to move and feel well. And when we can really understand that they are looking for God. And if you can, as you know, even with your little possibility, connect them with a real Vaishnava.
Upstairs, the real Vaishnava.
It's the connection of the real Vaishnava with another real Vaishnava, with all the other great real Vaishnavas that we know. That is what I feel like a good service to people. They're looking for something when they come to me, but actually they're looking for something deeper that they even don't know. But you need to show them what they're looking for and connect them with a real Vaishnava. I'm not that person. I'm just trying to bring them into connection. Oh, now?
Now, okay. Thank you for the alert, because we see by hearing, as we were reminded today itself.
All right. Well, I was just summarizing what I was saying is that I have this opportunity of getting in touch with people who are looking for yoga, and they are looking for the movement yoga, the modern kind of yoga that makes them feel good and flexible and strong. But actually, most of everybody who is looking for hatha yoga, they're actually looking for a real satisfaction in their hearts. They're looking for connection with divine. They're looking for connection with God, even though they might don't realize that immediately. So my great fortune is to have Madhusudan Maharaj, who is the most humble and the most
Hare Krishna.
generous to accept such an invitation. And all I can do is to bring a real Vaishnava, to bring them in connection with a real Vaishnava.
She's testing my humility right now and my tolerance.
Because I trust that you are going to be tolerant. But yes, so I am very, very happy, and it gives me a great satisfaction to know that at least this small service I could do for these people, to bring them to hear the truth, the reality from a real Vaishnava. What I cannot do, I can make them move, but I cannot connect them with Srila Gurudeva actually. But Madhusudan Maharaj, who is a pure Vaishnava, he can connect them to Srila Gurudeva, Srila Maharaj, directly to Krishna, Radha Krishna. So I just wanted to say that maybe there is another yoga teachers there, and the beautiful thing is just to help these people to open their hearts and open their ears and bring them into connection. And this is the little seed we can plant.
And I can say that the students were all well prepared by Chaitanya Moya Dasi. So when we came, and we are saying, I was little fearful, not fearful, but hesitant that I was being too direct with them. Then, but they were ready to receive and ready to hear. And one thing which I was feeling very much today while talking with them, that is that we are only meeting them maybe this time in our life, for these days in our life. We may never see each other again. And I told them directly, I want to do something good for you, as our gurus did. And good means to take you out from birth and death and give you great joy. So we come like straight away to understand that we need to have God in our lives. We have to leave our idea of religion, idea of everything, but we need to put Krishna into our lives. Krishna, the original personality of Godhead. And the thing is, when they're all in front of us, everyone's nodding and quite happy. But when they go home, I don't know how many will remember to chant Hare Krishna, or their families say, what are you doing? This is a sect. You're being brainwashed. Who knows what will happen after they go to their homes? But at least while they were here, we can feel some drop of recognition of the depth and the reality of what Guru Maharaj gave. Guru Maharaj gave, Gurudev gave, Srila Prabhupada gave. What they were giving was Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's substance. And what he was giving was the substance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, yeah, we're on a time limit on this side of the world.
No. I just said that in what you.
Oh, wait, I thought, okay, okay. Hare Krishna. We've been chatting away for a while. We have a journey to do, and My setup, which was holding the the tablet, just collapsed. So it's a sign. So let us each continue in our devotional lives. And it really is wonderful every week to meet you there. Not only the devotees are there in Latvia, in Daugavpils, in Resegne, in Riga, and round and about. In Russia also, in America, in Italy, and Germany, and around and about. And Tatiana, I believe you sent me a message. I haven't seen it yet, but we've been a little busy today. I'll get to reply to you very soon.
She asked how to get in touch with me.
Yes, this was the message here, but she also sent another message earlier.
I will be happy to get in touch with you if any question. Okay, thank you.
All right, perfect. And in Ukraine also the devotees too, and in Thailand, and in Tomsk, Jai Jai, and in England, Ananda Sarupini, Devidasi in England, and she's on the evening shift. I'm not sure what job, but she said, I'm on the evening shift. I won't be able to attend in the evening times this week. All right, Suresh Krishna, with your permission, we'll continue. No permission.
Yes, Maharaj, what to do? Don't ask me my permission, but you must go and we must also. But we will be looking forward. We will be looking forward for the next week and for the next meeting, and to share with our experience. So.
And tomorrow evening is London Zoom, which is translated into Russian also. That means it's London time, 6:30 p.m. So an opportunity, you can share that London Zoom link if devotees wish to join there. It has simultaneous translation into Russian too, by the grace of our devotees. Hari Gopal, who's smiling. He's our and Prabhu also time to time each of them are doing, and Muktinath Prabhu is with us, and his English is getting better and better. Maybe he'll be translating to Russian very soon also. And he's working hard in Bangkok, and today is his day off, Sunday day off. Okay, dear devotees, we are going to continue. You please continue also, but continue to do what? To chant the holy name of the Lord 25 hours a day, and you'll have to fit all your other duties in with that chant. Jai Shri Gurudev Om Vishnupad Shri Bhakti Sunda Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Shri Guru Maharaj Shri Bhakti Rock of Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Shri Prabhupada Shri Isi Bhaktivedanta Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai. And Jai Bhagavan Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupanuga Guru Bhaga Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. And to all of our devotees here online, assembled Vaishnavas Ki Jai, and to Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda, the unlimited numbers of devotees everywhere Ki Jai, and to the present day Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bo. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo.
Jai Srila Madhusudan Maharaj Ki Jai.
And Raja Krishna Prabhu, Indumati Didi, always good to see you all, one by one, everybody. Have a successful Seva week. We'll see each other soon. Chant Hare Krishna. Be happy. Amara Ashchi.